What's good, y'all? My name is Derek Davis, and you're watching the Young and Powerful podcast. Tonight, we're gonna be talking about navigating life in your 20s with a special guest, Dale Fowler. I'm gonna ask him some questions, and we're just gonna have a little discussion. So I'm gonna let Dale introduce himself. Go ahead, Mr. Dale.
What's up, everybody? Of course, my name Dale Fowler, aka Daily Dale. Your favorite sports talk person, all
Mhm.
on your social media feed, giving you all the news, all the good stuff. But I'm definitely happy to be here tonight, joining my
Mhm.
cousin Derek, having
Yeah.
a good time to discuss everything. So yeah, let's get it.
Yes, sir. Like I said, we gonna be talking about navigating life in your 20s. And then it's first question that I have for you tonight is: do you believe that everything is meant to be, or do you think that things just tend to happen for no reason at all? Bill.
I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what happened. I froze.
Okay. Do you believe that everything is meant to be, or do you think that things just tend to happen for no reason at all?
Truthfully, I do think everything is meant to be. Now, I know sometimes you may have some things that is like thrown at you that may be out of the ordinary, but I
Mm.
do think being someone who is religious, who is a Christian, who is a God-fearing man, I do think that God do set us down this path to go through our own journey and to be able to experience so I do think that everything is meant to be, just like based off of what when I was growing up and everything like that. Like a lot of things just happened in fruition and just came. But I do think everything was placed ahead of me for me to be able to, go ahead and go out there and get what I need to get done. But yes, definitely, I do think everything is meant to be.
Okay, I would agree with you because if it's God's will, then why are you worried about it and everything?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in the church and everything like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Hearing the word and having our elders who is, reading the Bible to us going to these Bible studies and everything like that. When everything I took out of it, at the end of the day, God always had a plan for us. So,
Mm-hmm.
my what I do is I just try to follow that plan that He has for me, and hopefully, that plan that I go down and that road that I go down, it's what I want to see at the end. But I do think that He hears us and He
Mm-hmm.
knows what we want. But at the same time, you have to put in the work as well too. You got to go out there and go get it. You just can't wait for something to come to you.
Yeah.
You have to work for it, because if you don't work for it, I mean, do you really appreciate it, or
No.
you just like, I got it, that's cool, it is what it is.
Yeah. I agree with you when you meant to when you just said putting in the work. I'm like, you know how these knuckleheads be like, I just want everything handed to me, but you got to do some work
Right,
to get it done. People are just not gonna hand you something without the work. You got to be
right,
willing to do the work.
right, right. Agreed. You got to go out there and put it in. So I'm with you right there, Derek. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And then uh our next question that I have for you is: do what would my would your 10-year-old self be proud of you?
Will my 10-year-old self be proud of me? Most definitely. I mean, from a youngin, I kind of, with the goals that I put out there, honestly, when I look back on it, I have done what I wanted to do in this world, and I still got
Mhm.
more that I want to do, right?
Mhm.
Telling myself that, I wanted to graduate college, try to at least be in my career, have a home, be married by 25. I got most of that done. I'm still going towards of trying to, get on a bigger platform, push my platform as well too with Red Kingdom Media and doing
Mhm.
my own sports talk show, right? However, what I set forth for myself at 10 years old, I would say that, man, I'm definitely proud of what I have become, because with all the factors that was surrounding us as well too of what was going on, I could have really went into a different direction,
Yeah.
but I didn't. And I'm proud of that because, I was able to keep, I was able to really, focus on what I had to do. I had my own personality. I always wanted to follow what I wanted to do. I didn't want to follow others. So being able to go down that road and kind of, how can I put it, really work towards the success that I have now. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. And I think my 10-year-old self will be happy and look back like, man, I'm glad I was able to do these things now. 10 years ago, or from when I was 10 years old. 27, about to be 28, so that's about 18 years,
Mm.
and I did a lot in that 18 years as well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with you, because if you look, I know the song says, as I look back over my life and I think things over, I'm at a better position that I am now than I was like at 10, which, well, you're really not supposed to be in a good position at 10. You're supposed to be
Right.
in a good position at 20, but it when you dream, I never dreamed of at age 10, I never dreamed to be in the place that I am now.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, and you got to keep on going as well too. It don't stop right now. It's good that, like, hey, I I I met these expectations, or I was able to get to this point, but now that I completed some of those goals, I got to add more on top of that as well too. I have this drive. I got to keep on going. Like, even when I'm satisfied, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm not gonna care even if I become a
Mhm,
billionaire. How can I even go up? How can I keep on doing what I can for my community as well too? I want to be
mhm,
able to do a lot in this world. In
mhm,
from 10 now, 18 years ago, that's a good amount, but still, we still got a lot of life to go after that. So,
mhm.
definitely, definitely. But going off this question, I'm proud of myself. I can't complain.
Yeah, I agree with you. And now, when you, what do you think self discovery is?
Self discovery. I mean, you go down this road of wanting to figure out yourself, right? So you kind of discovering all the different traits, the different personalities that you may possess, and also you discovering like who you are as an individual. So I feel when you're going through that self discovery stage, it's more of figuring out who you are and accepting yourself as a person. Because once you get through that part and understand who you are, then after that, a lot of things positive can happen for your life. So being able to self-discover within your own right and your own personality within yourself, really, that's very important. But self-discovery to me is just really finding out who you are, finding out what you want to do, what you want to carry, what you want your legacy to be. And that's how I go about it.
Have you, what have you discovered about yourself?
Well, I discovered by myself,
Yes.
I discovered that I'm someone who, I am a go getter. I'm a go getter,
Yeah.
and I'm not content with what I
Hmm.
have or what I was able to accomplish. I'm someone who has a drive of wanting to keep on going. Like, I didn't won a lot of rewards in the past with what I've been doing, being a part of a lot of programs where I was able to, be out there on local newspapers or anything like that. But
Hmm.
that never was like something where it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. Like, I had that mindset, that's cool. I can do
Hmm.
more though. I can do something else. So I would say I'm a go-getter, but at the same time, I'm never content because I gotta keep on pushing forward. I gotta keep on working because I think I got so much to give to this world that really it's not gonna happen probably until I actually die. You know, you know what is my legacy is gonna be after I pass away and I'm gone and I left this
Hmm.
earth physically. I want to know that, I put an impact into this world. The world is big,
Yes.
but if I have made an impact in certain communities or certain parts of the world, that's important to me. So that's how I feel about that.
Yes, and I want to piggyback off that, because like, you went to college, right? You went to college,
Yes,
and
sir.
then you are you are a part of,
Omega Psi Phi. Yeah.
yes. And I can still do. I'm not even a part of it, and I can still do it because my uncle's a part of it.
Right, right.
Yeah. And did you find yourself? Have you ever found yourself losing what you truly were in college?
Have I found myself losing who I truly were in college?
Yeah,
That's a great.
did you find
That's a,
yourself?
did I find myself?
Yes.
That's a great question, Derek. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a weird individual.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think you never stop finding yourself as time goes on. I think like when I was in college, it's like you discover like, oh, this is who I am as a person when I'm interacting with these certain people. But when you get to college, it's really a different atmosphere. It's
Yeah.
so many different cultures, so many different individuals that you're going to really interact with. You're going to be in certain situations to where you got to figure out how to go about it. Just because that you're just dealing with just all these cultures that's surrounded by you. But in college, I would say it helped me become a better people person, and I was better interacting with people as well too. Because the thing is, when you're a part of a program that I was a part of as well too, being in digital media productions, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
all these different sporting events and recording all of these different events that's going on as well too. You kind of have to be able to talk to people and got to put yourself out there. When you're
Mm-hmm.
in college, that is a great networking opportunity because I was able to do some things with people in college outside of college. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the people in college that you meet as well too, those are a lot of people that you're gonna see post college as well, going into your adult life because you have that
Mm-hmm.
connection or you had that network that you've been dealing with for those 4 years and building from
Mm-hmm.
that because you're trying to go into the next level or to the next part of your life and you're trying to build something for yourself. But in college, I was able to, really figure out what I wanted to do in life. I was able to enhance on what I wanted to do coming out of high school, going into college as well. So I think it molded me as a man. And then after I got it out of college and then I experienced, more adulting and going through a lot of things as well too. That's where I got who I am right now as a person. So I would say that, all phases of your life, you're going to be like finding yourself and you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
finding out who you are. A lot of times you're not going to be the same person as well too. And don't think it's a problem that you're not the same person of who you used to be. What you have done was you outgrown and you're matured of what you're doing right now. Some things you do have to leave in the past, but what's left in the past and what's coming into the future, it'll be there if it's supposed to be there. So don't worry about that. But you got to go through all these steps. You got to enjoy each phase of your life because you're never going to get that phase back again.
Yeah.
We all miss being kids. I
Yes.
hate paying bills.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay bills anymore. I miss my mama. I love you. And my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I miss y'all. And I got to do a lot now. But
Yeah.
being able to have being spoiled like that and then going into like having to do your own thing, it's like this how I gotta go about it if I need to get some things accomplished. I paid attention. So you gotta pay attention to those phases, try to implement what's good out of that, keep on molding into that and keep on carrying that on into your life. So
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you because it's so it it's so difficult. It,
Hmm.
it's so difficult because I tell you, like I told you, just said, like, if I had known what my college self, because I quit college.
Hmm.
I went for 2 years. I went to Penn Valley.
Uh-huh.
And when it was during the pandemic, I went back because I thought I could do it. But the thing is, I took psychology, and man, when I tell you that homework had me tripping out, I didn't know
Uh-huh.
what I was going to do. So I said to myself, I said, you know what? Let me take a step back from college, and I dropped out of college because I couldn't deal with it. And then I said, okay, I need something else to do. So I started this. And
Hmm.
it's like I say, it's been going good. And like, find something for you to do in your 20s. Like, it's okay to just sit at home and do all this good stuff, but find something to do, like a podcast, or start your own media company, or uh,
Hmm.
do a dance team, or do something with yourself. Yes.
Right. Right. Like you I would say at this stage, especially right now, because it was I would say within this generation that I was dealing with, I think like from like me growing up into like going into your generation as well too, and beyond that, we're being pushed to go to college, which is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
I mean, a lot of people might not make it through it. I mean, I was blessed enough to be able to get through it, you know, earn my degree and everything like that. But I never looked down on those who wasn't able to complete, because you probably have a same you have an alternate path that's set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
But what I tell people is, you know, try to figure out what you want to do, like
Yeah.
soon. Like you can go ahead and, you know, experience, try out new things. You can put your hand in different pots and stuff, but once you find a passion for something and it's something that's working for you, own it. Stay on it. Stay down. Put your foot on its neck and keep on going and pushing for it. Because when you do that, now you can excel within that, and you can, you know, earn that characteristic or have that particular trait that you can carry on and implement with something else that you have. So I do love the point of saying that, like, hey, find something that you can do in your 20s, because honestly, throughout your 20s, I feel you're going to be really finding yourself as an adult as well too. Of course, when you hit 21, you're considered grown and everything like that. Honestly, at 18, you're charged as an adult and all that other stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
you're really getting pushed into life very quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but really, this time in our 20s is to really figure out like how we want to navigate and what we want to find a passion for, and then to just, you know, work on that, you know, build that up, and then be able to carry that on into the future. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be able to do different stuff. Trust me, you're not going to have to just be contained to one thing. But
Mm-hmm.
what you have to do is you got to focus on what's best for you, what you feel is going to be something that you know you want to own, something that you have a passion for. That way you can build that up as you go, work on that, and then once another opportunity arises and you're able to have that, then you can put yourself into that opportunity as well too. You're not going to just stop doing one thing. Everything connects. So that's why it's good to, when you have those conversations, listen to what people are telling you. I know sometimes we don't want to listen to our elders. They
Mm-hmm.
might be old age or everything like that. It's not like that no more. But at the same time, we can take from what they're saying, because all they're trying to do is give us gems, right?
Yes.
Now, what they're saying, it might not apply to what we have going on. You don't have to accept that part,
It
but
might
if you
not
can,
apply right now.
exactly, it might not apply right now. So if you remember that and just have that in the back of your head, have that in your mind, maybe when that opportunity comes or that situation occurs, you're prepared for that. And then this person who told you that, they already let you know and put you up on game about it. And now hopefully you can be able to get through that storm, and then come out of it on top.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree because it's I'm telling you, like it's so hard. Like when I came out of high school, I was like, okay, uh, like you know how the teachers be like, okay, you gotta go to school because it'll be beneficial to you. But
Hmm.
they don't sit you down and tell you, okay, you got this choice or you got this choice.
Right.
Okay, they just say, oh, you got to go to college, or that's the only way to get you a
Right.
good career or everything, anything,
Hmm.
which is not, which is true, but it's not true. It's pros and cons of that. You can
Right.
go to college if you want to, but you can't go to college if you don't want to. It's okay. You don't have to go to college
Right.
right out of high school.
Yep, you don't. You don't. Hey, as long as you got that college diploma, I mean that high school diploma or
Hmm.
that GED, you know, uh, college is going to be there. You know, you can go to trade school, you can do any of that. Go get a certificate of what you want to do, but you don't have to rush it if you don't want to. If you want to
Hmm.
take a year away from school, get your mind together, get prepared for it, go work somewhere just to make some money and get through for that time being, go ahead and do that. Something, you know, we got a lot of people now. We're in a time where some of these people are not even going to college. We got people right out of high school who's making money,
Yeah,
who's doing social media, who's on YouTube, who's doing these clips, who's doing Twitch and all that, and
self-made,
they're very successful,
self-made.
self-made. You can do that, but if you're gonna do that, commit to it.
Yes.
Don't want something that's not working for you. You know, don't give up. Keep on pushing. Because when I started with Red Kingdom Media, and we was with the company beforehand, with the Kansas City Sports Company, and they end
Mm-hmm.
up shutting down. And then me and my partner Clinton, and then also my buddy Lonnie, we wanted to keep on going and wanted to make our own thing going. So we started our own platform. We started doing our own podcast and everything like that. And then it ended up being a whole media collective. Now we're doing
Mm-hmm.
articles. Now we're doing YouTube shorts, reels every day. We have something posted every day. And we started with just one person being on to having 10 people on consistently, to the last time when we did our draft, we got 80 plus to 100 that's on our live stream going, and it's going to keep on going up from there. But we never gave up. We never looked down on it. When the tough gets going, we didn't give up. We kept on going. We kept on pushing. We kept on fighting through it. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be mentally tired as well too. And that mentally tired, boy, it can be worse than physically tired as well.
Yes.
So don't sleep about your body. Just you're putting your body out there. If your mental headspace is not there, it can shut down your whole body. So, be mindful of your health. But at the end of the day, don't give up. Keep
Mm-hmm.
striving. Keep striving for greatness. If you just keep on, I try to put my goals all the way up there. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's all the way up there. I might not get to it, but guess what? I was able to knock out all the stuff in the middle ground that I needed to do before I even get to the top anyway. So you
Mm-hmm.
keep on putting all this stuff up here, up to the top. You're gonna be able to fight through that, get through everything that you need to do, and then you will see the success at the end of it, after all that hard work. So just keep on pushing. Don't let anything bring you down.
Yes. Amen. Amen. It brings me what you just said about to our next question. Is it to you? Is it all about luck or hard work?
Hard work. I said it earlier. Hard work. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of luck mixed in there. It's always gonna be good to have that, that fortune come through for you and be able to help you get over the top as well. But at the end of the day, along with that, you still gotta put in the work. You gotta still be active with what you're doing. You gotta keep on going because what they say, talent, what they was telling me in sports, pretty much with talent, talent is everything. At the end of the day, hard work beat talent when talent is working. So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, you got to go out there and probably put in those extra hours, probably put in that extra time in a certain project that you're doing, and anything that you're doing within your career path. You gotta put in the work because at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, you're gonna appreciate it a lot more. Like I did all of this to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Once I did all this to get to this point, I'm proud of that accomplishment. I take that, I really, own that, and really like that's something that's precious and special to me. You will never be able to take that away from me. Even if you say the most harsh thing to me about it, like, you just did that because of that. I don't care. I know what I did. I
Mm-hmm.
know what it took to get to this point. So, at the end of the day, just continue putting in the hard work. It's going to matter. I promise y'all. Y'all going to get to where y'all need to be. Just keep on going strong, and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. You got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to lose some things while you're doing the work.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you with that. Now I was looking at this question about conformity. To you, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Conformity.
Conformity. Man, give me the definition real quick. Because I
Oh,
could think of it right there.
hold on. Conform. Conformity is like compliance with standards, rules, or laws. Or the similar is like behavior in accordance with socially accepted conventions or standards. Loyalty to one's party need not imply unquestioning conformity.
Okay, so
Oh, here's a better one. The tendency for an individual to align their attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors with those of the people around them.
hmm. Okay, so pretty much like if we in this particular social group and we're in ordinance with how everybody else feel, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much is that a good thing or bad thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question, Derek. I'm gonna be honest, cause I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what people think. So
Mm-hmm.
being as in it's like socially accepted, like that's fine. But I think you need to be your own individual. Now, you may align your views with everyone else, and y'all might have something that y'all have in common or that you might agree upon, especially
Mhm.
with politics, religion, and everything like that. But I would say that, that what makes us as a human being, as people, we have our own personalities. We have our own individuality. We
Mhm.
ourselves. So I think in this one, I'm probably leaning towards, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, right? Because it's always good to surround yourself around a group of people where you think alike, right? You have the same mindset. So if you're coming in that point to where it's bettering everyone that's involved who has those same social views, oh, perfect. Yeah, it can be a good thing. But I'm more of someone who feel like, if you're your own individual, people who they will accept you for who you are,
Yeah.
especially when you're honest, you're positive, you're coming with a good attitude. You're not someone who is stuck up and stubborn. You're
Mhm.
someone who is like, you're allowing those people where you have those conversations like, I'm hearing what you're saying, I'm taking in what you're saying. Do I agree? I might
Probably
not.
not.
You, who knows, like it's dependent on the conversation. So I would say in this one it can be, it's 50-50. I would say if that's someone who is surrounding themselves around people where it's not their personality and they're probably doing probably negative things out in the world, okay, you probably shouldn't be around those type of people, right? Where you have that same mindset, because that's a social group, that's what they're into. So you would
Mhm.
say like, nah, I don't want you to do that. But at the same time, they have their own right to feel like, hey, I feel like I'm just like them. I want to do what they do as well. So be it. But 50-50, I'm down the middle.
Okay. I understand where you're going with that. Now, let me ask you: when you had friends that were no good, were your parents the first one to say, "No, they ain't no good"?
Um, if they saw something in them, yeah,
Uh huh.
I would say with my people, like, we really accept people for who they are.
Uh huh.
And I would say I was someone where a lot of people did like to be around me, so they probably were surround themselves around me. So a lot of times the environment I was in, I always set forth like a positive environment for people.
Mhm.
But if they but I'm gonna be honest, I can kind of pick that apart as well too. I have friends who I didn't grow up in the best neighborhoods and everything like that, all that. But the people
Mhm.
that are around, like, they knew who I was. They knew like, oh, Dale, he don't play about his school stuff. He doing that. He don't play about his people. They want him to come in, all that. But I could still have a good time, and I wasn't
Mhm.
someone who would ruin it for them. But say if they were doing something that wasn't in my lane, they never forced me. They never forced me to do anything I didn't want to do. So I
Mhm.
always respect them. That's why I always got love for them as well. And I appreciate, because just having that relationship, you learn about a lot. And especially with me having two kids as well too, I'm glad I was able to see like the people who probably had positive outcomes or had positive outlooks, and then the people that have negative outlooks. It's like, for me seeing that, now I can know how I can shape my kids and make sure that they're going down the right path.
Yeah.
But my parents, they didn't play none of that for real. They didn't play
Mhm.
that. They didn't play
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And then we have two more questions left, and it
Hmm.
says the second to last one: are you living true to your values?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm never gonna do anything that that doesn't align with my values. I am definitely living true to it. Now I do have moments where you're not the best person or you're not the best individual, and you kind of have to redirect yourself and get back on that right path. But I
Mhm.
will say that I am staying true to my values, and I want everyone to do the same thing as well too, please, because at the end of the day, if you going on and going down that path of what you believe in and want to stay forth like with your values, then I promise you it's going to be a better outcome to your future, just because you living by what how you want to live. So I am staying true. I'm going to it, still working on myself as I go on as well. But I would
Mhm.
say that I am moving in a direction where I am staying true to my values.
Okay. I would agree with you because it's better to stay true to your values than to not go backward in your
Uh-huh.
values. It's better to keep on doing what you've been doing and
Hmm.
what people have taught you than to go the opposite direction and do what
Right.
them Negroes and taught you. They ain't got no business teaching you.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I would agree. Now, our last question is: do you prioritize self care?
Yes. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
wa- I'm not gonna lie. Once I got with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
especially living together, I've been definitely taking care of myself. You gotta get
Mm-hmm.
your nails done in there. You get the clear coat. You don't gotta do all that. Get to clean your nails, clean your feet. Take care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally go in. Have a moment for yourself. Take care of yourself because if you take care of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then that I feel like that's all that matters. Like I don't expect no one to, help take care of me. I think if I'm on top of, my health and, taking care of myself, my physical
Mm-hmm.
appearance and all that, then, I'll be good going forward. You know, when you're waiting for people to try to do stuff for you and everything like that, I mean, you can get a little slow.
Yeah.
Try to keep a haircut every 2 weeks, all that. Kind of want to keep myself prepared for the opportunity. But when you're taking care of yourself, I think you're ready for the moment.
Yeah.
Because when you always keeping yourself together, you always have like a timeline of when you need to do things. When something comes up and you got to get ready to go do something, you prepare for that. So I definitely support people doing their self-care, mental care as well too. Like mental health is a big thing.
Yes.
You need to worry about your mental health as well. I know we
Absolutely.
live yeah, we living in a world right now where, social media is, driving people, and some people are, committing suicide because they want to feel accepted by others.
Yes.
At that point, you want to make sure that your mental is all right. So if you need to go to a therapist, you need to go to a psychiatrist and anything like that, do that to stay on top of it, to support yourself. Because if we can take care of all those things, it will help us be able to live longer as well too.
Yes. I agree with you with that. Man, it's so tough with self care. Like I struggle with that myself all the time. I was like
Mhm.
my when my meter is running low, I'm like okay, that's enough.
Right.
Like the other week, I was like, I got to do something. I got
Right.
to do something. It just so happened, my podcast. I had a podcast the next 2 days, and when I did my podcast, I was feeling good about myself than I was feeling 2 days ago, and
Right.
it was beneficial because it gave me something to do. When you're sitting around and doing nothing, it'll mess with your mental health and everything.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I definitely support that, man. I think, if you're able to stay on top of it, it helps you with everything that you got going on as well too. Because when you're taking care of yourself, not only does it help like even yourself, it helps people around you as well too. Because you'll have a positive attitude, you'll have a better outlook on life, and you'll be able to better support those around you as well too who needs your support, and be able to come through
Oh,
for them. So when you're just on top of it and you're able to handle that and be able to be like, okay, this is for me, I got to do this for me, you're going to be able to help everyone around you as well. You're going to be able to help everyone else around you as well too, because it's like, I know I can do it for myself, I know I'm going to take care of myself regardless. Now I have the capability and I can put the responsibility of helping those who are in need and be able to support and get them on that same track.
yes, I agree with you, sir. It has been a good interview, sir.
Yes.
I agree with whatever you're saying tonight. Uh, Everything. When I first reached out to you, I was like, okay, let me see if let me see what he says. And when I inbox you, I'm like, okay, and you gave me an answer back. I'm like, okay, good, let's get this done.
Yeah. Hey, man, look. For anybody out there, no, I'm don't think I'm big time. Now I'm getting there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
enjoying it, but I always have fun. I want to get on other people's channels as well too, have a good time, talk about other things. I know I'm a big sports head, but podcasts like this and moments and conversations like this is important because who knows, like someone who might interact or might be a fan of mine who tap in, they might need to hear these type of words. So when they hear me on other platforms where I'm giving like, jewels, dropping gems, supporting, helping other people out, being a positive outlook on life, it can probably help them as well too. And if we can keep on doing that and keep on being these shining lights in this world, I mean, we can make this a better place each better world each and every day. So, I definitely love it. Uh I don't want people to think that, I ain't trying to show love. Hit me up. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, like I said, we have reached the end of our interview. If people out there want to support me and my podcast, send all donation to my Cash App, Derek Lamont D. Uh, it's in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and please share. If you've got some people that want to come on the podcast, let me know, and we'll get them scheduled. So thank you, Dale, and much love and respect to you.
I appreciate you, brother.